What do you call long rest? This is absolutely out of control. Alright, we're going to rest.
I have a lot on my mind.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
Wow, what an outfit she has.
Yes?
I think Miss might have fled down into the sewers.
The Undercity is perilous. But I recall Minsk making a home down there in the old days. To plant his boot on the very bosom of evil. Or some such. I'll mark an entrance, I know. From there, we shall just have to follow our noses.
Father will be waiting in camp. It's about time we talked.
Oh, true, that's right. Duke Ravengard should be here. Is Haughty here? Yeah, let's see what it is to say.
First you cleave my heart in twain. Now you shatter it to pieces.
What?
My son, a monster.
Oh, right.
Twisted beyond recognition.
About that.
To think my blood flows through those veins. Is this my fate? To be freed from Gortash's hell, only to be trapped in yours?
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city, to chase the she-devil and her power. She stinks up the place even now.
Yeah, that's me. I had sex with her. I'm sorry.
Exactly what I think.
Bro, we just saved him. He's being a bitch. The music, though. Your son sacrificed his soul to save yours. He had no choice. That's not true, though. He actually condemned him to death. Will devote his life to protecting the coast. He's used his powers wisely. I'm beginning to think we should have let you drown. Call on the parasite. Connect with father and son. Ravengard should know the truth. Wait, the truth to what? That he chose to break his pact and leave him to die? Let's go with this.
There is no wise use of the Hell's powers.
Father, please. There's something I must show you.
Ravengard's tadpole clenches as your memories and wills flow into him.
My tears wounds. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Will's face as an impossible choice is set before him.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Will's thoughts are laid bare. Ravengard sees Wyll partnering with Mizora to defeat Tiamat's cultists before they could lay siege to Baldur's Gate, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey, the perilous path to Moonrise, the astral prism, and the Emperor within.
Well,
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
It's the truth, Ravengard. Will has always been a faithful defender of Baldur's Gate. It's time you two made up. We've got a city to save. I bet you feel like a real bastard right about now. Say nothing. Yeah, sure.
my son, my ass.
Critical
You
Filth, thank you for the
sold
23.
your
Welcome
soul
back.
To save Baldur's Gate, and I cast you out for it. You gave yourself to the Hell's eternal fires so I might walk free. By the gods.
Isn't that not what happened?
Can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. You wanted to protect the city. I only ever wanted the same.
You are a better man than most, and a better son than I deserve. I'll yet make amends, but
Do they know Mizora's like
my duty is
10 meters
first
away
and
from them?
foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must ask of you.
Go on.
Before I was captured, I was on a mission. Returning from Elturel, I discovered the plans of the Absolutists. I immediately realized the city couldn't defend itself against such an army. I didn't despair, because the city has a secret guardian, a worm that sleeps beneath. He can be called upon in times of great need.
Is it the one we
This
killed?
is such a time. You've been trained in the ways of the great champions and proven to be one of them. The worm will answer your call. You must seek him out.
Tell Reverend God about the battle with Ansur. A worm, he's saying there's a dragon living.
I failed, Father. The worm is fallen.
Bro, you weren't even there,
Terrible
bitch.
fate for Ansur, my son. Yet my hopes for the city's future have never been higher.
I don't understand.
You and your allies slayed the undead terror that was once the great Ansur. You are stronger than even the great worm. You will be the one to part the storms and lead the people through.
Yeah, Cappy.
You, not Ansur, are the savior we need.
So
First,
is he
you
saying
will
that?
fell the Absolute. Then we will rebuild Baldur's Gate.
Is
We
he
will
saying
take
that I'm
back
the
our city
answer to the
together.
problem?
I will name you Baldur's Gate's newest Grand Duke of the Council. You will be hailed Heart of the Gate.
Grand Duke. I look the part of a fiend.
I will tell the citizens and the patriarchs of your good works. They will know you carry your father's banner.
Uncertainty fills the air. Wyll has reached a fork in his path. In which direction will he travel?
You're a hero, not an aristocrat. The blade is a champion. Duke Wyll Ravengard is not. Become a Grand Duke. Imagine the power you'll yield. A Grand Duke? You can't turn down an offer like that. Think of the power you'll yield. I trust you, Wyll. Follow your heart wherever it leads. Sure.
Wyll?
I fought to right the wrongs of the coast. To slay the men and monsters that hunt the helpless. It is in the wilds that I find my courage, not in the halls of upper city estates. There will be no Grand Duke Wyll Ravengard, and there will be no Blade of Frontiers. I am now the Blade of Avernus. For as long as demons and devils imperil the Sword Coast, they will be my prey.
Oh, bro's got an identity
Then go
crisis.
with my blessing. Be Faerun's great defender. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. Let these be the lights that guide you, my son. Hail the Blade of Avernus.
The Blade of Avernus!
A calm settles over you. The Elder Brain is a menace, but with the Blade of Avernus at your side, you know you can triumph.
It's not even in her group. What the fuck? Alright.
The devil's stench lingers, but Wyll is yet a champion of the people. I'd hoped he'd join me on the council, but he is his own man. I couldn't be prouder.
Nice. Councilor Floric will be relieved to hear that you're alright. How did the Absolute cultists capture you? Baldur is still with us. He's the Mindful that protects our minds from the Absolute.
Hells, Floric. While the Absolute commanded my mind, I condemned her to death and confined her in Worm's Rock prison. She stood by me even as the Hell's fires lapped at my feet. You must free her.
Already did, lol, bro. Wait, what? These dialogue options. I wasn't planning on going that way, but I'll see what I can do. No, I'm not about to.
Please. Floric's a great friend to me, and a great friend to the city.
Chat, we already
She'll
saved
make a
her.
stalwart ally for you.
Seems like a bug that there's not other talking options. There we go. Floric is free. She's gathering allies as we speak.
Tremendous news. She proves as loyal to you
Ah,
as she is to
debated
me.
you. She was free the whole time.
I couldn't bear it if she died by my command. May the Triad guide her steps.
How did the Absolutists capture you?
I was returning from Elturel. My traveling party stopped at an
You're so
inn,
quick about freeing her?
Joaquin's Rest, to lay our heads. It wasn't the heat that woke me. It was the scent.
Go to the
Cultists
corner!
had set fire to the place.
BG3 has been my saving grace this month.
Just the smoke
Glad you're
burning
having
my
a
throat
good time playing.
before
Do
I
we
fell.
smell some actual play
I awoke
dead
at
in the
Moonrise
future?
Towers, inside one of those damnable pods. The rest, well, the rest goes without saying.
Chipman, thank you for the 49. I don't know, probably not, man. I think I enjoy D&D in this like video game form that's much more like put together and efficient and automated. I don't think I'd have the patience for like an evening D&D session. On the other hand, I haven't really done it, so I'd try it, but I don't know if I'd have the patience for it. Maybe. Never say never. Great if you have good friends. Yeah, but my friend is Josh and Costin and Terry, so I'll take that as a yes. Yeah, fuck it. Let's say you're enjoying BG3, yeah? Well, obviously you are. What was your business in El Terrell?
A complicated one. I went to greet El Terrell's High Overseer, only for the Archdevil Zariel to drag the city into the hells. I've been touched by Avernus, been a plaything for demons, a tale for other places, other days.
I mean, they're people, Garrus. Baldur is still with us. He is the Mind Flayer that protects our minds from the Absolute.
Gods, can it be? The man who raised the city's walls became an Illithid.
You both know you owe your lives to me. I am not fallen. I am risen.
We must make this a secret we carry beyond the grave. No name is more sacred to the city than Balduran's. Not even mine. When people think his name or see his likeness, they must imagine a hero.
You're in a halfling bard named Dimple singing your way through the coast. I'll leave.
Hail!
Okay, nothing else there.
So Wyll's the Blade of Avernus now. I suppose that's a new sort of frontier for him. Fine. How you're someone I can actually turn to.
The Blade of Avernus.
Completed the Blade of Frontiers.
I suppose hell is just another frontier.
Let's see what Wyll has to say now. Oh, thank God, the stupid
The
exclamation mark.
Blade of Avernus. A new name for a changed man.
The four pillars finally rise within me. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I'm not to abide them, but to become them. But enough reflection for today. I'm of a mind to celebrate. A hearty meal would do the trick. A few hunks of fresh venison, a round of brown ale. What do you say?
Thanks, man. I'm gonna go fuck Missouri. Sounds heavenly.
Wonderful. You hunt the deer, I'll scrounge up the ale. Prepare your belly for a roast a la Blade. Let's hope Gale doesn't take offense if I assume cooking duties. Just the once.
What are your plans as the Blade once the brain is defeated?
I scout both the hells and the coast's havens, and I destroy every fiend that dares put its eye on Faerun.
Say failed perception. What's this little chonk doing? Hoot. Yeah, now Mizora's gonna have those conversation options.
The Blade of Avernus. How marvelous. It rolls right off the tongue.
Rolls.
Tell me, little bug, who should Wyll's first target be?
The Elder Braid is first on the list. Everything else will need to wait. Gortash, Bane's chosen. Orin the Red, Ball's chosen. There are plenty of cultists and monsters to go around. Take your pick. Lead him to the hells. I'm sure he'll find plenty of quarry.
The legend lives. Oh, how the people will applaud their courageous hero.
You bitch, true, but
Well,
you hot bitch.
if they're not revolted by those hideous horns. I'll keep the whole devil pulling his strings hush-hush. I promise. Don't worry, I won't keep too tight a leash. He scratches my horns, and I'll scratch his.
What is Pax broken? What's she talking about?
The thrill of the unknown. I can't wait to see how this epic plays out.
Leave.
Ready and waiting.
Leave. Right, now we didn't get the dialogue options with,
Whatever happens next.
now that,
The
Rhaegar's here.
Blade of Avernus. I can't think of a better man than Wyll to take up the title. It's about time someone stood up to the evil fucks populating the Hells.
Fox. Nothing new there.
Do you feel that? The Hells themselves tremble to face such a scourge as Wyll threatens to be. The Blade of Avernus, forged by a Cambion, whetted on a dragon's hide. Those devils won't know what's coming for them.
So, the Blade of Frontiers is dead. Long live.
He's
the
still
Blade
salty,
of
Asterion.
Avernus.
Are we cool now, or?
I just hope he stays focused on battling infernal forces. The undead have it hard enough already.
Alright. It's like Dame Aelin still hasn't returned. Regular sleep? They believe in pillows? Alright, let's go back, leave camp. Okay, let's get the boofs out of the way. Where there's a little dude. Did he bug out? He's supposed to be with me, but he's at the camp. Oh no, dude. Wait, he's here. Come with us.
We are losing time. You must guide me to the Neuros.
Let's go.
Lead the way.
Okay, good. Wait, no, why did... No, whatever.
Let's move.
Alright, we're good. So he just, like, leaves your party. You gotta talk to him again.
My faith will guide me.
So let's, summon the dudes. Athos, I revive, fight against smash, Phoenix charm, draining kiss, raise fire, sweet plum, gales, thunderweed, drunken inhale, thunder wave, swing plum gales. I can't hear if I'm hearing the cat meowing or like in-game sounds anymore.
The work is never done.
Okay.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Now she needs to grab this. And this.
Never a dull moment.
Giga. She also needs to do this.
Let us show them how it's done.
I don't know if I want Jaheira's. I wanted.
Don't
But
waste
whatever.
a step.
Parchment.
Might be useful.
Fuck, there you go. Plain, unadorned note. Knock back, you knock people off everything out, then don't get loot, man. The loot.
Hiding here.
Guess that's the way to go, it would seem. A sneaky
If I
peek up
counted my
here.
footsteps correctly, this door leads to the Foundry Steps and the Neurosita.
Vessel identified. I'm pleased to report that we have sourced a vessel and pilot to transport the hostages to the Iron Throne. Redhammer is a godless fool, but his love of gold outweighs any normal qualms he might have. He will do for now. The River. The River River. There's those sketchy bodies there. Talos loser list. Let's go over here. With 168 HP. Mind flare specimen.
I smell death and decay. We're near cadaver preparation, aren't we? Poor bastards are shipped in from all over the realms. Most come from a fellow called Balthazar, by way of Moonrise Towers.
Oh, shit.
The inscription reads, "Fresh supplies for the Steel Watch, courtesy of Necromancer Balthazar."
A cadaver with the brain removed. Is this how they puppet the Steel Watch?
The House of Wonders. The House of Wonders, Temple to Gon, Gearsmith, and Wonderbringer. The house is at the same time an elaborate collection of workshops, laboratories, and magico manufactories. For what better way to worship the Lord of all Smiths than by making mechanisms in his name? Here in the Upper City, all manner of enchanted clockwork devices are forged, crafted, powered by spells, by steam, by conjured micromodrons. Some even say by hellfire. However, these Gondian creations are not wonders for the sake of wonder, but practical contrivances built to enhance the lives of Faerun's mortals and help them work beyond the limits of their physical bodies. Take, for example, the mighty cranes that line Baldur's Gate docks, loading and unloading ships' cargo with speed and strength far beyond the capacity of ordinary stevedores. Stevedores. What's a stevedore? These cranes originated in the workshops of the High House of Wonders and are Gon's gift to the trade and prosperity of the city. Let's have a rest. Brain jar. It's a massive brain, though. Efficacious brain removal. An excerpt from Practical Introduction to Merculite Operative Necromancy. A note has been scrawled at the top of the page. Make full use of the motivator should the Gondian artificers prove unwilling. Step 1. Orbital trepanation from the cranium can be completed using the provided trephine or drill. Ensure the surgical tool does not pierce the somatosensory cortex. So they were putting people's brains in the machines, Chad. I feel like we've seen this in a game before. Black Gauntlet arrives. When the Steel Watch quota for the next 10 days delivered, we will consider Watcher Phase 1 completing and start winding down operations in the Foundry. We will have enough automatons for immediate purposes, and besides, we have an unexpected tadpole shortage that limits production. There's no longer a need to coddle the Gondians if they prove truculent. Or truculent. You are authorized to execute individual troublemakers and stack their corpses somewhere visible as an example. Gortash. Quite the pile of bodies here. Gondian business. Parchment raid. Please help! The Bayonites have taken out family hostages. I think he means our family hostages. They're being held in underwater prison. Get to the submersible by the... So I think this place was canonically supposed to be before we went to the submersible, but this is what it is. Mr. Cat, yeah, like an Naruto Gindin. Yum, 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 yum. A book of adages and precepts for Bayonites, providing the basic tenets of worship of the Lord of Tyranny with suggested prayers for common situations. The heart of the book is Bane's 12 admonitions. It doesn't rules for proper bandit conduct with punishment specified for failure to comply. The book opens easily to a page with 2 of Bane's most popular admonitions. Number 6, the reprimand for leniency, and number 7, the rebuke for false compassion. Is that Bane, I guess? Alright, let us go in. The room. Oh, well, Mr. Cat. Haven't seen him in a while, right? Been so long. Save, because I think we're going to fisticuffs in here. More than likely. Destroy the Foundry, explore the Steel Watcher's depths. Lula Forza. How to build the Watcher. It's a headless corpse. How Gortash hijacked the Gondian Auto Guard project to create a Steel Watcher is remarkable and horrible, and somebody ought to tell it. Might as well be me. The original design for the Auto Guards outwardly resembled the eventual Watchers, but an Auto Guard was designed to be piloted by a small individual in a cockpit in the torso. When Gortash, through some scheme involving fraud and blackmail, took over the Dog Foundry, scrapped those plans, and announced the Steel Watcher would be entirely remote-controlled from a central hub. We had no idea this remote control would involve both Merculite Necromancy and Illithid Psionics, as finally worked out under duress by Xander Tubin. Fitting out a Steel Watcher requires the following steps. A zombie is decapitated and has its brain removed. The brain is tadpoled and put in a brain jar where it becomes part of the absolute hive mind. The tadpoled brain retains its psionic connection to the undead body. The undead, headless body is wired into the torso of a Steel Watcher. The absolute elder brain sends psionic orders to Jarred Brain. The Jarred Brain passes orders to its connected Steel Watcher. All this telepathic traffic is coordinated through the Neurociter in the control center, but I hope to do something about that. Bendobrus. If this note ever finds you, if this note ever finds its way to you, it means I'm dead, but at least I tried. I died trying. As the chief artificer on the Titan project, I know just what the horror can do, and I'm determined to see it destroyed. Xander Tubin mentioned that if the proper code is entered into the Neurociter, it triggers a fatal psionic feedback loop. I don't know what the code is, but I might be able to guess it. And if I die taking down the Titan, that'll be a good death. I love you, Lula. Brain jar burner.
The parasite stirs within the pickled brain, twitching. As your mind connects, you feel yourself become strong, powerful. Metal.
Metal, bro.
You are a Steel Watcher, charging through the streets in pursuit of a young girl. She is screaming.
Wisdom, try to trip the Steel Watcher. Illithid Wisdom, disrupt the parasite's connection with the Steel Watcher. 25. Unlucky. Rip that girl.
The parasite is too strong, and you can only watch as the little girl rounds a corner to find a dead end. She cries for her mother as you draw your lance. Raising it above your head, you are kicked from the infected brain as the lance comes down.
It's unfortunate.
You catch a glimpse of a busy street through the Watcher's eyes, but that is all.
Here we go.
She probably deserved it, to be honest, if it was chasing her.
The brain in this jar is controlling a Watcher on sentry duty at Worm's Rock. It patrols back and forth, vigilant for trouble. Your mind whirls as the brain, swimming with parasitic juices, connects with yours. With a jerk, your mind is transported. You look down, your body of pure steel and power whirring. A dwarf cowers before you.
Please, Mr. Steel Watcher, sir. I'll never steal again. I swear it on my mum's life.
You'll never
Just let
steal
me go.
again? It's a good thing the Steel Watcher caught him stealing. Stomp on the dwarf. Well, guess we're stomping on the dwarf.
You struggle
wants
against the
dwarf
parasite,
stew?
but can only watch as you raise a mighty leg.
What are you doing? No! Please!
You stomp on the dwarf, bones and intestines splashing on you.